Giving our praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Charakah Kodash. Double honors to all the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone. Shouts to all the sincere elect out there area coming back to you with another lesson. Lord will be edifying. We're approaching the year of apostates, sellouts, and agents. Right, we're coming out of the year of salvation for the elect and destruction and judgment upon the wicked. And that's the hope. That's the goal. Salvation for the elect. But there will be destruction upon these, all the scoffers. And we're going to get into this because it makes a point. The point that really is a nice summary. What happened in the time of Moses when he walked the earth. The complaints, right? The complaint of Moses. And he had a lot to. He had his hands full. Let me just say that the people complained. So taken from Numbers 11, we're going to hit some of the bullet points here. We don't have to be one of them long videos, Lord willing. But I just tapped in Numbers. We're going to go to the commentary. Give us a summary. Numbers 11 and 20 says on the commentary. But even the whole mouth, there is so little difficulty about these words because the Israelites do not seem to have made a long stay. Get to the point, Lord willing. And the miraculous supply does not seem to have followed them. The words are words of stern irony and displeasure, and the need not be literally pressed. It was enough that animal food was given them in quantity significant to have scourged the whole nation for a month if they had erred to go on eating. Right, it's going to give us certain scriptures. Yeah, so they use the word here. But Yahweh would have relieved the complaint of the people, and that in such a way that the murmurers should experience at the same time the holiness of his judgment. The people were to sanctify themselves for the next day, and when were then to eat flesh, revive flesh to eat, to prepare themselves for purification for the revelation of the glory of Yahweh in the miraculous gift of flesh, so that they eat not 1 day or 2 or 5 or 10 or 20, but a whole month long, till it came out of their nostrils and became loathsome unto you as a punishment for having despised the Most High in the midst of them in their complaint, the contempt of the manna given by Yahweh, for having showed their regret at leaving the land of Egypt. Because that's the point there. Summary. We're going to get into some of the blue letter, Lord willing. Summary. They was complaining, and the Most High said, all right, since you want it so badly, you want the meat, complaining, you wasn't happy with the manna, I'm going to give you meat, right, in the way it was quails, form of fish, form of bird. When you see a quail, it's actually like a very small chicken, quail. You can still get them today in certain supermarkets. But yeah, they wasn't happy with the manna. They was complaining they wanted some meat. Don't we hear that today? We hear that today, the heathens, and we hear that now. That's what we're hearing now, why people have to take a bag. Certain people, Genesis, we're going to name names. Genesis, the former member of Sikari camp, and other what we hear from my elders and apostles, a lot of this happened, murmuring and taking a bag and discontentment. So that's the summary. We're going to get into it, Lord willing. Yeah, let's get to it then. So I want to look up the word furthermore, Lord willing. The word people murmuring. Give example. I tap that in. So what is it? Talking quietly, or the thing that they say. There was a bit of embarrassed murmuring, and then he put the note down. I could hear the faint murmurings of two voices. There are already murmurings that he is going to resign, right? Because I had to ask for an example, right? That's what Google said. And Lord willing, I want to see if I can cipher some of this in the etymology. The word here, murmur, make a low, continuous noise, grumbling complaint. In the French, old French, murmur, murmur, gross grumble. So that's the issue what Moses had to contend with, right? We know a future video. I could do a future video on the Korah, Dathan, and the Abiram. They were the main ones, the three men of fame. They were prominent men, and they led another 250 complainants or murmurers. They took the charge. They led that, and they all ended up getting swallowed up by a sinkhole or an earthquake, or you call them sinkholes when the earth opens up and swallows people. That was the ultimate result for their complaint and murmuring. So, hence the title of the video: be careful what you ask for. These sellouts, they want the bag because for whatever reason they're not happy with their life, their lot in life. But Mosai could give them the bag, and it can give them a whole lot more that goes with it. What did Puff Daddy say? More money, more problems. They're gonna get more problems. They may get more money, but they're gonna get more problems anyway. You got the idea. I can end the video there, but I'm gonna get into some of the words, Lord willing, in the blue letter as well. Exodus chapter 16 and 12. I have heard the murmurings of the children of Israel. Speak unto them, saying, at even ye shall eat flesh, and in the morning ye shall be filled with bread, and ye shall know that I am the Lord. Yep. Exodus 16 and 12. You're going to be filled. In the evening, you won't eat flesh, and in the morning, you're going to eat flesh until you're so filled. And it gets into it a little bit more here. Get into Numbers. The point here, complaint of Moses. Then Moses heard the people weeping throughout their families, every man in the door of his tent, and the anger of the Lord was kindled greatly. Moses also was displeased. Moses, when you get into it, Moses was asking for the Most High to take him. You know, he said, who am I to take all this on board, this heavy responsibility of these people? Because it was giving him so much stress. He asked the Most High to take him or take the responsibility. But what was given was the 70 elders to assist him, right, to help him bear the burden of the responsibility of carrying the people, because there was too much, man. Yeah, Israel can be a handful, as we see in that. You know, you had men be coming up against the elders and apostles, and one of the elders' videos was that the Most High got to deal with all the false prophets. Elder Apostle Tahar made mention recently, is one of his recent videos. Just like then, what happened to the 250 men and Nathan, Korah, and Abiram, and get more into that. And they could be, I believe they're back here. Nobody knows who they are, but they're back here stirring up murmurings and troubles and strife, because there's nothing new under the sun. So it was then, and so it is now. So you got them rebels, outright rebels, murmurers. They're back here doing what they was doing then. So that's what Moses was saying. The complaint. Then Moses heard the people weep throughout their families, every man in the door of his tent, and the anger of the Lord was kindled greatly. Moses also was displeased, right? So Moses was going to the Most High. Most High assisted him with the 70 assistants, elders. When you get down a bit more, it says in 18, it says, and say unto the people, sanctify yourself against me tomorrow, and you shall eat flesh, for ye have wept in the ears of the Lord, saying, who shall give us flesh to eat? For it was well with us in Egypt. All right, well, after all that Moses put them through. I just finished watching the Ten Commandments. Well, it's still on actually. You know, which is you got to pick out the bones. They got them all up there as leprous. But when when you understand a bit more, as you did when you used to watch it, they usually put it on around this time of the year. The Ten Commandments. You see the folly in it. All them complaining and murmuring against Moses. They're all jakes, man. Wicked ninjas, right? And we see what Moses had. You get the sense of it because we read between the lines. We see the folly in it. There's a lot of folly in it, but there's also you can get some truth out of it. So there was murmuring against Moses. So Moses said, "Sanctify yourselves tomorrow, and ye shall eat flesh, for ye have wept in the ears of the Lord." This part ain't in the Ten Commandments, in the Most High, what he's about to do. Saying, "Ye shall give us flesh to eat, for it was well with us in Egypt. Wherefore the Lord will give you flesh, and ye shall eat. Yea, shall not ye eat one day? Ye shall not eat 1 day, nor 2 days, nor 5 days, neither 10 days, nor 20 days, but even the whole month, until it come out of your nostrils, and it be loathsome unto you, because that ye have despised the Lord which is among you." Right. When they was coming up against Moses, they was coming up against the Lord. The Most High was listening. Here you see it in the capital letters. That's the Most High, Yahweh. Right? "You have despised the Lord which is among you, and have wept before him, saying, Why come ye forth out of Egypt? Why came we forth out of Egypt?" Right? Always wanting to go back. Always looking back. There's a negative, very negative attitude. Hence the word murmuring, complaining. "And Moses said unto the people among whom I am." So that's the point there. When you get fulfill the last part, what was they given there? It is quells. The last subheading. "The quells and the plagues. The Most High sent them plagues, quells. And there went forth a wind from the Lord, and brought quells from the sea, and let them fall by the camp, as it were a day's journey on this side, and on it were a day's journey, and on the other side round about the camp, and as it were 2 cubits high upon the face of the earth." Most I was wiping them out, picking them off, right? Via plagues, surgical strikes, the quells, and it came true. The prophecy came true. He said, "It's going to be loathsome unto you when you eat it." When he gave them the quells. "And the people stood up all that day, and all that night, and all the next day, and they gathered the quells. He that gathered least gathered 10 homes, and they spread them all abroad for themselves round about the camp. And while," here's the point, "and while the flesh was yet between their teeth, it was chewed, the wrath of the Lord was kindled against the people, and the Lord smote the people with a very great plague." While it was picking up, gathering it, Most High smit them. Surgical strikes, right? Mass deaths, because there was coveting. As a matter of fact, it's going to explain it. 34 of Numbers 11. "And he called the name of that place." That's the point. That's the point. And while the flesh was yet between their teeth, it was chewed. The wrath of the Lord was kindled against the people, and the Lord smote the people with a very great plague. There you have it, Akim. So we want to look at certain bits here. The point where it says, "You're going to be eating, all right." You complaining? You're going to be eating. I'm going to give it to you. He said, that's the point. But even a whole month, until it came out of your nostrils, and it be loathsome unto you. All right, that's the quells, right? I want to look at certain words here. All right. Murmuring, we know what murmuring is, but when you get food that you got so much of it, it actually comes out of your nostrils here, and it be loathsome unto you. So the word loathsome, H22:14, loathsome. Nausea, that's it, loathsome, nausea, as that said.
Strong's H22:14. Zara. Zara.
Alright. They had disgust for it, they loathed it. And that's the prophecy that the Most High gave them. That was the word that went forth. You're going to get your food, all right? You're going to get the meat that you want so much. But you're going to get it so much that it comes and be loathsome to you. It's going to come out of your nostrils. That's what he said. And we hear that sometimes in the form of jest, you know. And it's a true saying, be careful what you ask for. Out of your nostrils are H639. Right? It's a form of jest. People nose nostrils, right? Out of their faces, right? It's going to come out of your nostrils before, and it's a figure of speech to say you're going to get so much of it, it's going to be what? You're going to get angry with it. Because they was fed up and they was murmuring against Moses about the manna. So that's really the point right there. Be careful, right? And that's a lesson learned. Things that were written aforetime were written for our comfort and for our instruction, for us to learn from. Most I did make an example of the complaining, the complaint, right? Because they was getting on his nerves. Moses' nerves. The Most High was going to the Most High and laying it to him. And he gave him support, 70 men, but he also dealt with the agents among them, the apostates, because that way it starts, the murmuring, and then the murmuring becomes rebellious, and then it's like a plague. So the Most High had to send out those plagues, those surgical strikes to get rid of the murmurers. And the ultimate ones were, as we know, the Korah, Dathan, and Abiram that was stirring up the camp. And over 250 were deleted via the sinkholes, the earthquakes. But that's really the point, Akim. We looked at the summary, we looked at the word murmuring. So that's a lesson learned for us, man, going forward, right? Because we ain't out at this place yet. We ain't out of this bitch yet. If you heard that saying, until the fat lady sings, it ain't over till it's over. So we're still in Egypt, spiritual Egypt, and we got to continue, until we get out of this bitch. Keep praying, Akim. Keep fighting. We're seeing the rebels showing their true colors. But as I've been saying in my previous videos, they're going to be destroyed, right? So be careful what you ask for, right? You might just get it. You want the bag, if that's what you come in this truth for, the Most High give you the bag, right? To see what you're really about. You give you the woman if that's what you're coming in this truth for. You didn't come in for the right reason, the sincere reason. Be careful what you ask for. But if you want salvation, right? You want to serve the Lord with fear and trembling. You want to endure to the end. You want to get beamed up in them chariots. Do what is right in the eyes of the Lord. Stay humble, Akim. The word of Yahweh Shimon Shai once again. So that's the point. Be careful what you ask for, Akim, because you might just get it. The word of Yahweh Shimon Shai. Until the next one.